Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name's Snow. I'm planning to thru hike the Appalachian Trail for 2022. In this episode, we're going to talk mainly about clothing. So what I'm going to wear when we start in February, so winter clothing, sleeping clothing, and then also what I'm going to transition to for the fall and the summer. Okay, so let's just get started. So we are starting in February, so it's going to be a bit colder, and I just really don't want to be too cold. I'd rather have too many clothes to start with and be able to send some of them home than to not be warm enough. All right, so the first thing we have is a long sleeve shirt. It has a 3/4 zipper right here. I think it actually goes past 3/4 zipper, so it's nice because you can like open it up. It's smart wool. I wish it did have those little pockets, kind of like similar to this for your hands, but this one does not. My mom actually got this when she was thrifting, so I have no idea how much this was, but it's a smart wool. It's pretty thick material, and it's definitely going to keep me warm. That is what I will be wearing on top. And of course, I will be wearing sports bra and underpants, but I'm not going to show those because this is a channel, and that's a little too much. So just trust that they're there. The second thing I will be wearing are these pants. They are from Columbia. They are in a size small. These pants I specifically have worn when I've gone snowboarding, and they are very warm. So on the inside here, you can kind of see there is a little bit of fleece. However, for majority of it past your butt, it is just going to be kind of this open mesh material. So it does breathe a little bit easier than just normal snow pants that are going to be super, super hot, because I'm sure I'm going to get quite warm once I start going up some of those long hills. However, I do find that these are better than just leggings, because leggings, it doesn't really keep the interior of my legs that warm, and this just gives a little bit more of a barrier. Something else I do like about these pants is that they are kind of like wick away or like waterproof on the outside, which I think will be important for once it rains. Of course, maybe I shouldn't say waterproof. Everything is really water resistant to a certain degree. This is like the interior for the leg, so you're able to tuck it into your pants. So I think that'll help with if there's like snow, or just even keeping myself a little bit warmer. And these are also secondhand pants too that I got from a thrift store probably, I'd say like 4 or 5 years ago. And they have held up pretty well. It says it's waterproof and they are also breathable. So I think these will be really great. I'm not going to take these for the whole trail because it's going to be way too hot, and when it is summer, I prefer to hike in shorts. I'm going to be wearing those two together. Have a rain jacket with me. I got this last year from, I think it's just a basic REI. Yeah, it's just a basic REI. It's in a medium. It has the pit zips, which are really nice if you get too hot. And it's got a hood on top, an area that you can like cinch it here, so that'll be very important for once it rains. On top, I have this puppy. This is from Orvis. They're an outdoor brand, and I had a gift card there, so that's kind of why I was using it. It's in a size small, and this will change your life, people. Maybe mostly to the females out there, but this is actually called a princess puffy. And it's called that because it goes past your butt, and it looks more kind of like a little dress, very short dress. It gives it a little bit more warmth, and I love it. I took it on the Arizona Trail. It does have a couple of holes from user error and also making fire, so I do want to just kind of put something on top of that. Usually I'll just add like some duct tape and make a little design and just use what I have. This is pretty nice also because it does have a hood that you can have on top of it, and it just gives me a little bit more warmth. I do have a fleece that I'm going to start with. I don't know how long this is going to stay with me, because I think at a certain point I will be able to stay warm enough just from my clothes and also the puffy. I don't foresee that until maybe a month in. We are having a February start date, so it will be quite chilly. And this is a Columbia medium, and it's a very basic one. I love the color, just very nice and soothing, and just pockets, very basic. So put that over here. Moving on, I will also be carrying this hat. I mentioned it before in another video, but my grandparents gave me this hat probably a handful of years ago, and it just has a lot of sentimental value. It is made of wool, so it's very warm, and I hike the whole PCT with this, so I think it would be only fitting to at least bring this on the Appalachian Trail with me and at least get a little bit of use out of it before it gets too hot. I will also be taking some sun gloves. So Snake Farm actually introduced these to me, and they're very useful when you're going to be in an area that's going to be like a desert or very hot. I think it's nice because it gives you a little bit more of a barrier between your skin and other things. Of course, it's great for like sun in order to protect your hands. It also gives you a little bit of like insulation, so a little bit warmer, and I like how it helps for when you're gripping your trekking poles. Usually I do get quite a bit of blisters if I haven't been hiking a ton and then you're hiking for days on out with your trekking poles, and I just love how they look overall. These are very worn. I thought about buying some new ones, but I think I can just sew these up. I'm gonna use these until they're gone. I'm also gonna be bringing a pair of gloves. These ones are actually like black diamond. They're just normal black gloves. They're in a size small, and they will just help with the cold to start with. I love having these, especially in the morning when you're taking down your tent, because your tent poles get super, super cold and it makes your hands freezing. So these are great to have. I also will be hiking with a bandana. I love bandanas. Make it into a little diamond, throw it over my neck and give it a tie. The nice thing about this is, one, it keeps the sun off of your neck. It gives you a bit more warmth around your neck. It's also very useful, so I can use this for like sweat, or sometimes use it for snot, which is kind of gross, but it is what it is, you know? Something I love about this too is you can kind of wrap it up and then just tie it at the very top. It keeps your hair from getting in your face, and it also heats up your ears. And I just love bandanas overall. Big, big fan. So as of right now, I think I will be taking 4 to 5 pairs of socks, which maybe sounds like a lot, but I cannot say this enough. Taking care of your feet is one of the most important things that you can do. That is usually where I specifically run into so many issues. So I'm very much trying to be proactive and trying to change up my socks. Of course, I'm using Darn Tough socks. We love them. It's, you know, a staple in the hiking community. I have these Darn Tough socks, and they are, I think, like the crew ones for the women. So I have 2 pairs of these, which is nice, just like normal black ones. So I have 2 pairs of these. I also have a pair of shorter socks. It is a bit more difficult because more things do get into your socks, and I personally don't like to wear gaiters, so that's just part of it. But for me, I don't really mind overall. I just will bring 1 pair of these, I think. They're also Darn Tough, and they're very thin, but they're a little bit higher up, and they've got little foxes on them. So I'm gonna bring these and just use them until I get a hole in them, and then I'll be able to return them for maybe a more basic black pair. But I think those are all the socks that I'm going to take and be hiking in. I will rotate them out as I go and just kind of do what I need to do. I do also bring a pair of sleeping socks because, like I said before, I do get pretty cold, and I like having a specific sock that I have not hiked in that are very cushy, and it's just a very, I guess it's a luxury item, but I love having these. This is just like a basic pair, but as you can see, they're very soft and fuzzy. I like having them at the end of the day. For shoes, as of right now, I have, these are Ultras. I think these are like the Lone Peak, Lone Peak 4, 5 maybe? I'm not totally sure of the model, but I really like these. They're very light. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to bring winter boots because I do find that when we go hiking in the snow that my feet do get cold if we are not, like if we sit down for quite a bit of time. If I'm moving, it's not so bad, but I just really didn't want to have freezing cold feet because once they get cold, it's kind of hard to warm them up a bit. However, we have been watching other people's vlogs, which is really exciting for people who have already started, and there isn't that much snow as of right now, so I think I will be fine in these. I might get a new pair. I mentioned in a different video that I was having a little bit of metatarsal pain, so that could be because these are just worn too thin. I finished the Arizona Trail in these last year, so they've gotten quite a bit of use. However, I think I might get some insoles, and that might help a little bit. But I wear a size 9 for these. On to my sleeping stuff. So as of right now, I have those socks that I will be wearing, the very cushy ones. I also have a pair of fleece leggings. I just got these from Walmart. They're not anything super special. This is in a size small, and they are just kind of like your basic like black ones, and they go all the way to your feet. They're very stretchy and very warm, so those will serve me well. On top, I will be wearing an REI base layer. This is in a size medium, and it's very lightweight, which is nice, but it does have a bit of warmth, which I really enjoy. So those are going to be my sleeping items. Then as we are transitioning more into the fall, warmer weather, summer weather, I will be having a hat. I'm not going to take this one because it is very worn. I originally got this when I went to hike a section of the Pacific Northwest Trail with Snake Farm in 2019. We were in Washington at that time, and I got this Washington hat at just a thrift store. So I needed like a hat, and the older I get, the more I realize how important it is to cover your skin. So I will be getting, I think, a new hat, probably similar to like the trucker version, just because I think it gives a little bit more of like a ventilation. I will be transitioning into this Columbia shirt. It's in a size medium. You're able to kind of unsnap it, which is really nice. It's very light material, so I think it'll be great for like sweat, keeping some of that sun off me, and you're able to roll up the sleeves, which I think is quite nice. It's in a very bright color. I don't know if I would have specifically picked this color. I got this as a gift from my mother, which she's so great. Hi Mom, if you're watching this. I think it'll serve me very well. When it gets warmer, I'm going to ditch those winter pants and I will be hiking in some shorts. These are actually from Lululemon. I think they're in a size 8, and it's nice because you have a little bit of a drawstring and you can tie them together. I also wore these when I was hiking the Arizona Trail and they performed very well. It's nice because they have like a built-in kind of short for it, so you wouldn't have to wear an additional pair of like underwear, which is nice. It's just easy and they're very breathable. All right, and I think my last piece of clothing is going to be a town dress. So this is also a luxury, but I love having a town dress, something that I can wear that is not going to be as gross as my normal clothes, and I'll be able to wear it when I'm walking around town doing laundry, so I can make sure that everything really gets done. And I don't know, I love this. I bought it last year. I think I have a hike or a couple hikes where I'm wearing it, but I just think it's so cute. It's a dress, very simple, and it has like built-in shorts at the bottom, so you don't have to worry about any issues, you know what I mean? It's also got like a built-in bra, so it gives you a bit more coverage. And I can also go hiking in this too if I really need to, or maybe it's like quite warm. So it's just nice to have that option. It's a bit more weight, but this is also a luxury item, something I like to have. So that is everything that I'm going to be wearing.